Hello. We're on chapter 18 of How to Ruin Your Life. And that is use drugs and alcohol frequently. This is another huge one. Tune in, turn on, and wreck your life. True. You may have heard that there's no human so powerful or lofty that drugs and alcohol can't bring that creature to the gutter. Yes, drug and alcohol abuse can wreck the lives of superstars and billionaires. Every entertainment magazine is full of stories of men and women who were on the top of the world and were brought to their knees by poverty, insanity, and premature death by overuse of drugs and alcohol. Since you're a special genius, you know that the mental hospitals of this country are loaded with men and women who got there by being high and staying high. You've probably known family members who ruined their lives and their families' lives as well as a result of drug and alcohol addiction. Yes, drugs and alcohol used to excess are deadly poisons for most people. But you're different. You can drink day after day and not get dependent on it. Truth is, you're funnier, sharper, better looking, and more confident with a little booze in ya. It brings out your natural sophistication and wit. You get to be like one of those lively, charismatic characters you see in the films. Like James Bond. Shaken, not stirred. Nah, alcohol isn't a problem for you. You've tried it. You like it. But you can quit anytime. In fact, you've quit 24 times. Sure, the sauce makes you argue with your spouse and neglect your kids. But you know what? If liquor was so bad, why would it be sold on every street corner? Why would you see people on TV every day merrily belting it down? And if a celebrity can handle it, you can too, my mighty friend. Now, what about those drugs? The reefer, the weed, the ecstasy, the pills. Well, what the heck were they invented for? I mean, life stinks when the world doesn't recognize your greatness, and it's really only bearable when you're high on something. You'll never become an addict like those other losers, and all of those warnings are just scare tactics for punks. Look, half the doctors in America are high on prescription drugs right now. You know it for a fact. You read it somewhere, or maybe someone told you at your office, and the drug companies make billions peddling the stuff. And they're big, respectable, corporate, public corporations. So, how bad can drugs really be? I mean, if you can get a doctor to write a script for drugs that calms you down or gives you a little buzz, why can't you just forego that visit to the medical building? And why not just skip the whole medical established route and simply call your pal from college and buy a lid or a gram or two? It's not just that it makes you feel better, it's cool. The coolest people in films do it. The coolest kids at your school do it. Why shouldn't you do something that makes you feel good and is also distinctly hip? That stuff about one drug leading to another stronger one doesn't apply to a man or a woman with your willpower. You're far too strong to even consider getting dependent on marijuana and then needing something stronger like heroin. Not that those two things actually are even in the same family. To get through the day. True, you found it pretty rocky sledding when you did try to get through a day without your drugs, but if it were really important, you could just chuck 'em any old time. Let's remember, you're the boss. The drugs work for you. You own them. They don't own you. And no matter what you've done to other people, they've done to other people, drugs will never control you. So, when you want to start feeling a little better, don't hesitate to take out the bottle or the pills. You deserve a break today and every day. It's your God-given right to avoid ever feeling any emotion you don't want to feel. So if drugs and alcohol do it for you, and why shouldn't they? Hey, go for it if you want to ruin your life. That was chapter 18.
He's looking. Yes.